Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining me. This is Mike. Um, so this is kind of a bittersweet day for me. Today's last day of my work life, I guess you could say. It's the 31st of December, 2024. It's my official last day being a law enforcement. I'm hanging up my gun, and I'm going to be officially retired, so tomorrow's the first. It wouldn't be a holiday, uh, but the following, what is today? Tuesday. So yeah, tomorrow's Wednesday, the first. It would normally be a holiday for me, and then go back to work Thursday and Friday. But that has changed. I'm going to be retired, and it's going to be a new life for me. So man, so I'm going to be able to devote more time to reacting to this awesome music that you guys have sent my way, and I'm always thankful that y'all go out of your way to do these buy me a coffee and request certain songs that I've never heard before. So small pig poop fix. That's the guys or gals moniker. That's what they go by on Buy Me a Coffee. Small pig poop fix. So it's like Turd Ferguson, man. They're great people, just funny names. Anyway, they want me to react to Missy Higgens and Dan and Paul Kelly singing Droving Women, and provided a link, and it's live on Rockwiz is what it says. So let me bring that up, and then we'll get right into it. Okay. All right, y'all. Just I want to do say one thing. Thanks for stopping by. That goes without being said. If you have time and the inclination, it would be cool if you would hit that like button and subscribe button, and go ahead and throw a comment in there. I try to read the comments as much as I can. Okay, so without further delay, let's get on into it. Thank y'all.
Now, this song, I'm here to tell you, is 21 verses long, so get ready for a long story. And it starts off with a woman talking at her husband's funeral to a friend, and she's talking about her life with her husband and her family driving in outback Queensland in all kinds of weather. And Dan's going to start us off, and Missy and I will pick it up. And our special guest is Naomi Evans on the violin. She's a droving woman.
Well, she buried him down on the edge of the town, where the brigalow suckers on a cemetery creek. She stood with them children in a heavy brown gown. What you want, you just can't always keep. Well, I'm sorry, I said, I knew him so well. Though your body is young, well, you never can tell when the hand of fate brings its fateful death knell. She just turned with the slightest of smiles. Well, she said from the start, well, we knew it so hard. We were always handed the severest of cards. A honeymoon spent drove in Jamison stops through the wildest winter you've seen. And my romantic notions of horses and land, they were soon dispelled as a fantasized dream. Watching cattle at night in the midwinter cold turns a person both wiry and old. Well, the flame of the breakfast fire'd be dead as the sun rose up. Well, he'd move up ahead. I'd be breaking the can pot and rolling the beds as he fanned the stock wide at 4 feet. When the weather turned sour with the onset of rain, and the truck had bogged down to the axle main, well, he'd move up ahead, then we'd pack saddles and chains, and I'd wait in the mud by the road with the blankets and the canvas all hung out to dry. But there's nothing for heating, 'cause he couldn't light a fire, and no stock permit for the forthcoming Shire. For the cattle don't care when they're sloshing in rain. They just keep walking forward like a dog on a chain. And he'd be red-eyed and weary with the pack horse turned lame, and I'd wait miles behind in the mud.
He was down.
Okay, yeah, man. Dan Kelly, I think he's the nephew. I don't think he's the son, but I think he's the nephew of Paul Kelly. And I'm having a hard time understanding the words, but I'm picking it out. I think in the stories is pretty bitching. And, you know, I mean, you don't know the talent some people have to paint a picture. In this instance, it'll be 8 minutes to write this whole movie and present it to us in the form of a song. And yet, you know, I don't really know how to say, you know, how good Paul Kelly and his writing is. And Dan Kelly's got a good voice in his own right, and the musicianship. This young lady here on this violin, he mentioned her name, but was it Missy? Was this Missy Higgens? But yeah, she's pretty bitching too. And I just saw where the tempo had changed, so apparently we're fixing to get into you know, some more bass and Paul Kelly singing. So let's get back to it, y'all.
He was down through Charleville, out to Julia Creek, living on syrup and damper and salted corned meat. We had nothing but the roots and the mailman to meet. We moved up and down with the rain. Well, them inland skies are the starriest of nights, with the dance of the fire throwing flickering lights. The beauty of the sunsets were a constant delight. I felt nature had led me in truth. The enormous vastness of them inland plains brings you a lonely contentment to which you can't put a name. It's a satisfied glow city folks seldom attain. They spend life on a right rigid rail. The kids got their schooling in a government mail. We posted their work off at each cattle sale. They considered their learning a self-imposed jail. They'd rather help their father and fail.
Nobody could ride. Alert were his ears with a fire in his stride. He was young and his spirit was wild. To catch him each morning was an hour-long battle. We had to collar rope his near side to throw on the saddle. Well, he'd bite and he'd strike her. He made my nerves rattle. Pandemonium reigned with each ride. It was a hot summer's morning at the government bar. There was a stillness around like I've never felt before. How could he know it was fate at his door that was stealthily watching his moves? He mounted up quick, taking slack from the reins, grabbed a full hand of hair from the horse's long mane. He just hit the saddle when the horse went insane, churning dust in a frenzy of fear. The girl from the saddle let go with the ring. As her single slipped, it was impossible to cling. The horse felt it go, made a desperate fling, and he was thrown to the length of the reins. And I heard his spine snap like a rooshit is shot. He busted his back on the concreted trough. Sickness and fear where the feelings are gone. For the doctor, it was a 6-hour drive. And I looked at his face and his color turned white. He turned slowly and said, I can't make it till night. My body is broken and I'm bleeding inside. And the life slowly drained from his eyes.
Guess I'll sell up the plant now and move back to town before the winter returns with a chill on the ground. 'Cause what I have lost can seldom be found. I was blessed with the gentlest of men. Eventually the children will move to the east, but I couldn't stand the bustle of even a quiet city street. I'll stay in the scrub here where my heart really beats, for some dogs are too old to change.
That was incredible. So when she was singing, I picked up on every word, and she had a way of narrating this song and singing it, in that way. But it just made you kind of live what that old boy who was bucked by that horse and stretched those reins out, and he grabbed that mane, a handful of hair, she said, and that horse got to bucking and threw him off, and he landed on a concrete trough, I think's what she said, something concrete anyway, and it broke his back, and he had internal injuries, and he passed away. And then I guess at the end there, she decided or at least she thought she'd move back to the city, but that was a great line that he just said, that she couldn't take the bustle of a quiet city street. Where do you come up with something so descriptive like that? It was just awesome. So she picked the scrub over the city, and pretty much that's where the story ended. I just thought it was phenomenal band, phenomenal. Is that phenomenal? Yeah. Singing on the part. So I said that violinist was probably Missy Higgens, but I believe now that Missy Higgens is the singer. Dan and Paul Kelly, obviously we know who they are, and then he did introduce the violinist at the beginning of the of this song, and I didn't catch it. I didn't know that it was going to be important that I would mention it at the end, but here we are. So yeah, man, Small Pig Poop Fix. Thanks for the request, and yeah, keep it coming, man. I still got a couple more years to do, and they're all different. So it's pretty interesting. This I think you requested 6, if I'm not mistaken. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you requested 7, and I've reacted to believe one or two before this one. Oh, I did fake plastic trees, and I don't think it's been uploaded yet. So, yeah, that was definitely a different one than I'm used to. But thank you all for joining and spending your valuable time here. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment. Okay, man, that was a long one to begin with, and I made it longer by just sitting over here slapping just nothing. So let's just go ahead and till I see you again, I'll catch you all down the road, okay? Thanks again. I'll see you later. Bye, y'all.